But when I'm working with a bit more of a precision haircut like this, I will probably work to where the natural part is, and Emily's was just a bit off center, so we worked with that. I then, through the back, I just went into a profile parting, then I went with diagonal forward sections, as the guys were saying previously. The reason I go with diagonal forward sections is because I'm enticing the hair to sit forwards. So I'm using my blunt cutting scissor to get a nice strong line, but I also want my bob to sit forwards. So for me, directional cutting is the same as directional blow drying. I'll cut the hair the way I want it to sit, and I'll blow dry the hair the way I want it to sit. So I went with diagonal forward sections at the back of the head, and then blunt cut that, repeated that, then I came into the side, and then I went with diagonal forward horseshoes, and then that means that my bob is going to sit forwards. Does that make sense? And I kept that really heavy and blunt. And because Emily's got fine hair, the manta ray worked so well, and it just made it really heavy through the bottom. Okay, so then that was that. So we went through there. Now what I'm doing is I went through with my I've got a Fuji President, which is probably like the best scissor ever, other than Excellent Edges scissors, and Pete gave me that as a gift. So I've just gone through and I've just used that because I find the points are really strong. So what I've done is, I think you saw, I elevated it up, and in the corner that I've created from the bob, I just point cut into it. I just did some deep parallel point cutting. I wanted to keep the length, but I just wanted to shatter the perimeter softly. Okay, so I've still got that strong shape at the bottom, but when I just slowly flick the hair, there's a little bit of movement through there. Again, it comes back to what I said previously about maintaining that, that heavy baseline. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look at where it's heavy around the face, and I'm just going to slice it out with my marlin, and then just to finish that off, I'm just going to go through and tweak the fringe afterwards. Does that make sense? Mm. Again, for me, it's all about making hair quite seamless. And again, to reiterate again, you can see Emily's got a lot of hair, but it is quite fine, it is quite flat. So if I go through there and smash it too much or put like a hectic layering pattern in there, it's just not, it's going to be really hard for her to manage.